Okay, good morning everyone. My name Claudia Lestari Sinaga. I'm from Readiness University, majoring in primary teacher education. So, first of all, allow me to give my respectful greetings to the judges, reviewers, commit, and all of you, the honorable, in this session of International Conference on ICT for Smart Society 2026. And yeah, thank you for the opportunity. So let me present my study on title Teacher Self-Regulated Learning in Shaping Readiness for AI Supported Personalized Adaptive Learning in Elementary Education. So yeah, as we know that AI use in education has reached 86%, and this is the highest score in any sector. This is from Microsoft report on 2025, and also I have found UNESCO report on 2025, and the UNESCO states that they found more than 220 million students worldwide are already using AI-based learning platform. This is give us a visual that AI is the most used in any sector in this world, right? So this is so possible to make the AI makes a personalized adaptive learning or PAL. PAL is a way of teaching that fits a student needs, pace, and style, but the teacher still be the final teaching decision, and AI cannot replace them. And I also found the two research gaps. The first one is most AI supported PAL studies focus on middle school or higher education, and very few look at elementary education. Even though young study think and learn in different way, right? And the second one gap research is most SRL study look at student, not the teacher as a professional learner that who manage the process of using new technology in this era. So yeah, based on that background and these gaps, we build two research questions which I will show you this after this next slide. So yeah, okay. Here we have two research questions. The first one, how do teachers self-regulated learning practice shape their readiness to implement AI-supported personalized adaptive learning? And the second one is how do primary school teachers regulate their instructional, planning, monitoring, and reflection when integrating AI-supported technologies into classroom practice. So to answer these two questions, we built our study in three main theories, which I will show you after this slide. So yeah, this is three theoretical framework that I use. The first one is personalized adaptive learning from Peng et al. On 2019. This is combines personalized learning and adaptive learning teaching. This is the way how to methods of shape each student needs, pace, and preferences. And the next is adaptive teaching from Cornell on 2008. This is the way of teaching how teacher can adjusting their instructional when every children or every student have different needs in the classroom. And the last one, this is the biggest theoretical framework that I use on the observation and also on the instrument interview, which is self-regulated learning from Zimmerman on 2001. This is how teacher manage, this is the theory how teacher manage their own thinking, motivation, and action through three repeating phases, which are for thought, this is planning and performance monitoring, and the self-reflection is evaluation. So tie these together, PAL and SRL share a similar structure. Both need ongoing checking and adjusting. And this is why teachers with strong SRL are expected to be more ready for PAL. And with this theory in mind, here's how I design and carried out our study. So, okay, this is the research method. The research design that I used was qualitative from 5 elementary school teachers and from 2 private elementary schools. And I use interviews with structure and observation rubric to collect the data in that school. And for the analysis data, I'm using thematic analysis, deductive coding from Brown and Clark. And yeah, we can see the table in the left. There are like code from T1 till T5, which is the teacher that I have made at a code. Like T1 is a teacher 1, and until the T5 is teacher 5. And yeah, we can see the most of them is a private school, and 3 of them are homeroom teacher, and the 2 other is subject teacher. And they has different age gap from 24 years old until 52 years old. And also for this qualitative, I'm using a purposive sampling, which I have the criteria. So I will collect the data from the teacher who already know the technology, who already have the experience in teaching with technology in the classroom, and already know about the AI use, how to use the AI. So yeah, we already arrived at slide 6 finding. For the research question 1, how does teachers self-regulated learning shape their readiness for AI supported PL? So, okay, in this finding, I found 3 dimensions of teacher readiness. The first dimension is goal-oriented technology planning. So this is the dimension that will state teacher choose learning technology based on their learning goals and their student needs, not just because it looks interesting. Because the T3 state that I usually adjust the learning technology to fit student needs and align it with the learning objective, so the material reaches every student. And we will move to the dimension 2. Dimension 2 is adaptive monitoring and instructional adjustment. This is will give us a visual that teachers keep watching how students respond and adjust their approach when a student struggles. Like T1 expressed, if I notice a student is struggling, I will try a one-on-one approach, and if it doesn't work, I will switch to peer learning so the student feel comfortable to sharing ideas with classmates. Right? And the last dimension is about reflective and critical engagement with AI. This is dimension will explain how teachers use AI when they prepare their lesson material in the classroom before classroom, and this is will give us a like visual that teacher do not accept AI output as it is, because they check it and adjust it to match the official curriculum. And this is proved because T5 or Teacher 5 said AI helps but the learning objective teaching material and indicators must still follow the Ministry of Education's guidelines. Okay, so now we have seen the 3 dimensions of readiness. Let me show you how Zimmer Ministry's SRL phases actually show up in teacher real practice. And this is answered in second research question with 2 evidence. The first one is from interview evidence, and the second one is from observation evidence. So let's we moving. Okay, so this slide will give the data for RQ2, how the teachers have regulated planning, monitoring, and reflection. So this table is the comparing table or triangulation table to give the interview evidence and the observation evidence for each SRL phase and for the each teacher from T1 till T5. So we can see in the first phase. So in the first phase, especially from the interview, teacher mentioned that planning which technology to use and thinking about student needs before bringing in AI, right? And the observation give us evidence that learning goals were clearly stated out loud before the lesson started. But this was only clear seen in T1, T2, and T5. But T3 and T4 said that right things in the interview, but it wasn't clearly backed up in the classroom observation. So yeah, we'll back to this discussion. For the performance phase, let us see the performance phase. So for the performance phase, teacher checked the student understanding and adjusted teaching through question, one-on-one help, and peer learning. And this is clearly in all 5 teachers from T1 until T5. And the last one is self-reflection phase is teacher review AI generated material, improve their prompt, and reflected before using it in class. And also, it's seen clearly in all 5 teachers from T1 until T5. So let's now connect this finding to earlier research in our discussion section. So, okay, in this slide, we will discuss about those 2 research questions. So, how our findings match past research. 1. Matches Zimmerman theoretical framework on 2001, which teachers show all 3 SRL phases with using AI supported teaching. And 2 theoretical from Cornell is also matched because adaptive teaching show up as going, real time, and adjustment. And the last one from Marian and the Lack on 2024, which teacher carefully checked and corrected AI output we were using it, and they never accepted as is. But the research implication is teacher readiness means being able to self-regulate AI-supported teaching, not just knowing how to use AI tools. Teacher remain the main decision maker in AI-supported PAL. The relationship between teacher and AI is not equal. It's the teacher who carries the weight. This is update for the assumption in the man-machine collaboration decision making from Fang et al. On 2023. And good AI integration needs planning, monitoring, and reflection, not just knowing how to operate the tool. So, okay, based on all this finding and discussion, here are our conclusion, our limitation, and our recommendation. Okay, so from the findings and the discussion we have seen together, so the conclusion is teachers self-regulated learning shape their readiness for AI-supported PAL through planning, monitoring, and reflection. And there are 3 dimensions of readiness, which are goal-oriented, technology planning, adaptive instructional and adjustment, and reflective AI engagement. And this is the important thing that teachers remain the main decision makers because AI supported teaching cannot and won't and everything cannot replace teacher. And building stronger teachers SRL matters for effective and responsible AI use in elementary education. And for the limitation is finding come from only 5 teachers and 2 private schools, and this is limits how far we can generalize, especially to public school, right? And classroom observation was limited to 1 session per teacher, which limits our view to the long-term self-regulated pattern. And for recommendation for future research is including a larger and more varied sample across different type of school, both public or private. and carry out longer and repeated classroom observation to capture teachers' SRL practice across different teaching situations. And this is bring us to the end of the presentation. I'm very thank you for listening and for the data that I have still limits the data with the collection. Thank you so much.